Well, it is the end of September, so the seasons are changing even where I am in the South, where it's been hugely crazy hot all summer long. Finally, there's a hint of fall in the air, and the seasons changing is always a good time for you to give new list options to your clients for weekly meal prep services, or even if you're doing small caterings or just trying to grow your recipe collection to get started with your personal chef business. Hey there, Chef Shelley here. I've had a successful personal chef business for over 17 years, and when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate cooks just like you start your own personal chef business, whether you want to do weekly meal prep, small catering, or even cooking classes. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit subscribe and click that little bell so that you never miss one of my weekly videos. So it's finally fall, and I'm here to talk a little bit about what I'm cooking and why. And I do this by showcasing some recipes that are perfect to add to your recipe collection, tweak and make your own, offer to clients, or use in practicing your own meal prep services. So the first one I'm going to talk about today is a broccoli and ricotta calzone. This is a great recipe because it's infinitely variable. This one's vegetarian, whether you are cooking vegetarian, whether you have a client who just wants to do meatless Monday or likes to eat a little lighter. If you have a client who's a big meat eater, it's very easy to change the flavors up on this, offer options, make a meat option if that's what they want. Calzones are super family friendly. You can even really mix it up and make it fancy with maybe a wild mushroom, truffle oil, grana padano combination. And they're already individually portioned. Again, can be super family friendly too, good for kids if families are your ideal client that you're targeting in your personal chef business. All right, next up, Enchiladas Verdes. We're being very international this season. So, things I love about this are, again, enchiladas are infinitely variable and down to it's very easy to make them spicy or mild. If you have a client who doesn't like spicy, you can make these vegetarian, you can make them with chicken or beef. You can have gluten-free versions if you're using gluten-free safe corn tortillas, or you can mix it up and make them with flour tortillas, or even I've seen alternative tortillas, which are super fun to experiment with. So again, enchiladas, and this is a great verde recipe, are a very tweakable recipe that should definitely be part of your recipe collection. As if you've been to any of my workshops where we go through and we really work on ways to think about your recipe collection and how to iterate on recipes and expand it, enchiladas are a great one. Next up, go back to Italy. We're going to do a little lasagna, but we're going to do a fun tweak and do lasagna roll-ups. Again, these are a super fun presentation, something a little bit different. It's very easy to make them vegetarian or to add a meat sauce or a side of grilled sausages or something if that's what your client wants. You can make them keto, subbing out the type of pasta, or if you're doing gluten-free, again, like keto, you can make cheese pasta if you've done that, or you can just go for something like zucchini. Infinitely variable, again, very easy to mix up. And another fun thing is it's a different presentation. It's easy to individually portion for the client if they're trying to eat healthier and watch their portion size. And another great thing about them for the client is that, as you know, a heavy pan of lasagna can take a really long time to heat up. Because these are rolled individually, it's super easy for the client to heat them up quickly. And again, if your ideal client is one for whom time is a big reason that they have a personal chef, these are a great thing to offer. finally, we have balsamic chicken with mushrooms and thyme. The other kind of thyme, right? Not going to do a bunch of food puns, but you know what I mean, the thyme one. So this is a fantastic fast chicken saute recipe, and the flavor is surprisingly complex for the limited amount of ingredients, and it's healthy. Now, the recipe originally calls for chicken thighs, which is also great if you have a client who's doing keto or you have someone who really likes more flavor in their chicken. But it's very easy to substitute chicken breast if you'd like, or if you're even working with alternative proteins, protein substitutes, or anything vegetarian like tofu, it has a lot of flavor, which can really help bump up that tofu and it really would absorb the sauce and be great. So there are 4 recipes for you for this fall that are infinitely variable, that can fit into almost anyone's specialty, that can be tweaked for whatever your client needs, whether there's a specific ingredient they don't like, or if they like something, again, spicy or not spicy at all. So always be growing your recipe library. You don't have to take these 4 recipes, but use them to inspire you to add a few more to your collection today. And always be working to master new techniques if you're just starting out, whether that's sauteing the chicken in the chicken with balsamic mushrooms and thyme recipe, or whether you're working on grilling or you learning how to use a pressure cooker or whatever. Be practicing and improving your skills all the time. And if you're a passionate cook who would love to transform your love for cooking into a personal chef business so that you can get paid to do what you love, the first step is learning how to prepare a personal chef service, aka weekly meal prep service, and you can get my free guide here. There's a link in the description and it'll give you a great taste for what it's like, because I'm telling you, the clients are out there and they are hungry for what you're cooking.